What is going on, guys? It is your man with the plan. It is Officialbullock, and this video I am bringing you today is going to be a recap of the FUT Champions Season 1 Regionals, what was just this past weekend, and my little amazing journey that I did. So on Friday the 3rd of February, me, #Harry and XL Painter all met up in Manchester to fly out to the Paris regional event for Season 1 FUT Champs. Now, on the Friday, what went down was absolutely crazy, especially Saturday was a bit crazy as well. On the Friday, I'll talk about Friday first, but on the Friday we found out our groups, and of course I did in fact get the group of death, joined by PSG Aga, Epsilon Gorilla and Vitality Rocket, and it was the Bullock, or Officialbullock. But yeah, it was absolutely madness, and I was like, oh my god, I'm not going to get out of this group. I wasn't expecting to do well. I was hopeful. My expectations leading into the event was get out of groups, do well, try and get top 4. Now after the groups it was don't get beaten by 5 goals or more. Anything other than that, and I'm happy. And that was my mindset going in. And there was a few other tough groups down the event, but yeah, it was, and a few upsets as well. But on the Friday we got our groups and we did our media, got our tops, and did all photo shoots and whatnot, and stills and like the looking up at the camera and whatnot. So that was mainly Friday. Nice little chilled, relaxed evening. We all got we had some. So a few of us went out and got something to eat for the Xbox side, and then our main focus was on Saturday. But we got up really early. I think me, Gwigsy, and a few others all woke up, got up pretty early. We had to have our breakfast by 6 o'clock. Leading up to it, better make sure we had something to or get something to drink by before we flew out, because we left our hotel at 7. To go to the studio. The studio's ran really nice. It ran pretty well. We got there. We had practice stations all ready set up for us, and we had something like obviously food and shit, all that stuff to eat over there while we were waiting for our games. Now, our set of games wasn't until the later on our second lot of knockout matches, and so you were seeing upsets already happening. We saw #Boras go get grouped. Unfortunately, didn't make it through. I think he lost on goal difference. Very unfortunate for him. I think that's the only one. And it was Lucasinho also didn't manage to get out. I'm pretty sure he didn't manage to get out. It was two of the biggest upsets, because Lucasinho just had won the Nordic region title, the champion, the best Nordic player there. #Boris is obviously one of the best players in the world on the PS4 side. Could easily compete in top 4 on the Xbox One side as well. And it was just pretty sad to see both of the two of the best players go. But that's all down to the bracket play. We did play best of ones. So we had 3 games. We didn't have enough time to warm up unless you played on the practice station, because the game we played, I'm going to call it that FIFA 17 LAN edition. It was the gameplay I thought was actually very nice. It was a lot slower than you're used to, especially when you play online. But there was no delay. Well, I didn't recognise. I don't know if anyone else did, but I didn't recognise any delay. There was no problem when I passed the ball to a point. It did it. There was no my skill moves, but they all worked out fine. I don't know if there's any other issues with some players, but from my personal opinion, there was no problem whatsoever in terms of the gameplay. Now we're gonna talk about what happened to me on that Saturday. So it was my time to play on the Saturday. I think it was about 11 o'clock by the time I first got started going. And my first matchup was against Vitality Rocket. He probably expected to get out of the groups along with the other 2 players, Gorilla and Aga, but what went down was completely crazy. It was absolute madness. Now I'm going to describe what happened. It was like we were sitting like a cubicle, not like a cubicle, like 4 Xboxes. So it was like that. And Spencer was here. Gorilla was here. I was there, and Vitality, Rocky, and Aga was there. So it was like all looking at each other. And the first game was me versus Rocky, and the other game across from us, like on our cubicle, was PSG Aga versus Spencer or Ewan, who's Gorilla, and it was just madness from the off. I actually ran a completely different formation than I used to. I played a lot more defensive mindset, just because I didn't expect to come out and get a lot of goals, and I didn't expect. Like I said earlier on, I didn't want to get beat like heavily. I knew I can stand up to him normally in a normal game, but my focus was, Chris, get your head right and focus on what you do best, and that's just to defend for your life. And that's what I did. 1-0. Sorry, Rocky took the lead against me and made it 1-0 to himself. and I thought, oh, the formation is going to fuck up, it's messing me up. And then it went 1-1. I took a shot with Suarez, and keeper parried it straight to Ronaldo, and I had an open goal, made it 1-1, and I just left out like, let's go, baby! I screamed my tits off, and you could hear it on the analyst desk. You heard Lee Smith that said, and there's been a goal from, you must have heard it was a goal by the Bullock, and it came up and you saw the goal. But then a few seconds, I think a few minutes later, another upset was happening. Aga then scored against Grula, and it just completely, it was like, oh my god, Grula's down, and the main focus was on that. The game was a featured match, but it was just crazy how Aga took the lead. So that finished actually my match between Rocky and myself 1-1, and the game between Grula and PSG Aga was 1-0 to Aga Rosenmeyer. Our next game was between me and Spence. Obviously, you know, we're very good mates, and the other game was going Rocky and Aga. Now, I had come off, got a 1 point, Rocky had 1 point, Aga had 3 points, and Spencer had 0 because he lost. So this was a must-win game for a few of us. I could have got away with a draw, and this is what actually happened. The game was actually very weird. We was cancelling out each other. I think the my formation worked perfect for me. I think if the Spencer was to win it, he probably should have gone a very similar formation. Maybe not far at the back, maybe 4-2-3-1, just to counter my counter attack to make sure, I don't mess him up. But then he took the lead with a free kick with Messi. He puts the ball in, edge of the box, and out of all the plays, Messi jumps down, puts it over Neuer's head. You've probably seen the replay of it, and it was like, oh my fucking, his Messi's gone out. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, you've got to be kidding me. And he took a 1-0 lead against me, and it was kind of a bit of pressure from him. And then I just clicked into gear. I sent a through ball through to Luis Suarez on the counter attack. I took a shot and he put it bottom corner, and I let another row, and he once again the analyst heard it, and it's been another goal by the Bullock, and it was 1-1 going in the way on into the game. Then I think it was 1-1 between Aga and Rocky, so we would have put us on 2 points for them two. So what happened next was at 85th minute, I had a 3v1 chance, and I kind of choked the opportunity. I passed it, then passed across, and I took a touch when I should have probably hit it first time, and David Hay just saved it. So that game finished 1-1, and then their game finished 1-1. So it was me and Rocky on 2 points, Aga on 4, and Spencer just on the 1, and he was on the brink of elimination, and he had to beat Rocky next. Now, what happens next is madness. The group of death is the group of death for a reason. Anyone can come out of that, except for me. No one expected me to come out of it, but what I did was, I think, was quality. So the third and final game in our groups was completely intense. Anyone could come out and win it. Anyone could come first, second. It was absolute madness, and the majority of the crowd was behind us as our like a cubicle thing, watching it all behind each player's screens. It was complete madness. There was a few casters here as well, and to kick it off, it was Aga versus me, and Rocky versus Spencer. Spencer had to win to get 4 points, otherwise he would have been completely out. I had to get a match Rocky's results, and it would have been, I think it would have gone down to a coin flip to go through, and Aga all had to do is get a point, and it was just crazy. So I wanted to talk about Man and Aga's game. It was 0-0 for a majority of it. He had a few good chances. I think I can't remember off the top of my head what happened, but then he said on I know he posted something on his Facebook page saying that I parked the bus. I'm going to say it now, I didn't park the bus. From playing against him, he probably thought, yeah, I'm parking the bus and being a bit of a scrub. I did play defensive, but because I was playing 5-3-2, it locks down your defence and midfield, so there's 0 gap, so it's like playing the park the bus. I didn't play it. I think he just put that, he probably just thought if someone did that to me, I would have said, yeah, you're parking the bus, but I went defensive and just pretty much set the game to how I wanted to play. Now, we had a few good chances, but as the game went on, stuff was happening in the games but next to us, and it was getting intense. Now, I had a counter attack. I played the ball. I had been trying to work it on the wings majority of the game because he was very compact. He was trying to push me down to the wings. I thought, you know what, if you're going to try and push me, I'm going to take that, because I like whipping a ball in. So I counted him with Ronaldo. And then in the game we played, I'm going to call it the FIFA 17 LAN edition, you could see both cursors over people's heads like you're playing kickoff mode, but it was online. So I knew when he was going to swap, he knew when I was going to swap what plays were, and we cancelled each other out. So I was all running down the wing. I can remember it properly. He swapped to one of his centre-backs and trying to second-man contain it. So I just put a ball in, hoping that I'd go to the other centre-back team and I could attack it, and it worked wonders. I got the ball, I whipped it right in. Luis Suarez, the man at the moment, leaped like a salmon and headed it into the bottom corner. And right at the top actually, and I'm pretty sure, I think that was the only goal to be scored from open play, which was a header. And I just jumped back, I erupted, I was like, let's fucking go! It would create, like, the heat of the moment was like, I thought, I'm going to go through. And a few minutes later, you just heard, what have we just seen? Then, and I was like, whoa, what's going to happen? Spencer had actually conceded against Rocky. Looking back on it through the goal, his keeper made a save, but he kind of like saved it with his chest area and rolled it out to Rocky, and Rocky had a tap in. And from that, and a few minutes later, he said, if it's working out like this, Rocky and Bullock will go through on the exact same stats, same goal difference, same goal scored, same points, and it was nothing separating us. And that is what happened. We eliminated Spencer Ely and Huge Gorilla and PSG Jager Rosemeyer, and we eliminated them both. And no one expected us two to come out, especially maybe Rocky and Spencer or Rocky and I. No one expected me to come out of the group of death, and that surprised a lot of people. And as soon as that whistle blew, you saw it from EA tweeted saying expect the unexpected. And I just went, let's fucking jump up, let's go chest rip, like, I'm like Superman, like T to P, time to pound, which I tweeted before. I was joking when I tweeted that, but I did do a little bit of an optic thing there. And I expect, and you could see on the video, I think Spencer and his brother Seb has got the full celebration on a video, so I think you might be able to see that for your own self. But it was actually amazing how I got through. I'm still thinking of it now, thinking, how the hell have I just come out of the group of death? And the only way to settle mean who came first and second was only because of a coin flip. And I did in fact come out of the coin flip. So on the Saturday after bracket play, I finished top of the group and came out of the group of death. So after that amazing win against Aggie and coming out of the groups and topping it, in fact, we headed into the bracket play. And I did match against Marla, just actually avoided #Harry. If I had come second, I would have played him in our matchups. So it worked out as I played Marla and Harry played Vitality Rocky. I know Rocky beat Harry, I think it was like 3-1. It could have been 3-1, it could have been a bit less, I'm not too sure. As I was playing, their game was playing at the same time. So going against Marla, I was confident, and I mean no disrespect to him. I thought I got a bit of an easier draw. I have played Marla before in previous FIFAs, and I think I've come out on top majority of them. I've not played him a lot, but I know he was a very regular on FIFA 15 or 16, play like a legend. I know he's a good player, he's obviously an amazing player, because he was signed by XL Esports for I think it was for a year or something like that, just less than a year. So he's obviously got very good player, and he also qualified. So anyone who was in the top 16 is an amazing player, no matter what. So I matched against him. I played my 5-3-2, and he was also. I was told he was playing 5 at the back, but on the screen he'd played 5 at the back earlier against Harry or Quigsy at one of the two. One of the two. I definitely played 5 at the back, so he had played it earlier in the tournament. So I was expecting him to go 5 at the back, but he did play 4-3-2, or change formation mid-game, and I did in fact take the lead. Suarez put me ahead to make it 1-0. Then a bit of a mess around. He made it 1-1. Then he made it 2-1. Now this is the thing what kind of threw me. He paused after making it 2-1 and went to a 5 at the back formation. Now in G20 tournaments or in a lot of other professional FIFA tournaments, going from 4 to 5 is actually, as I'm my head's marked then, going from 4 to 5 is actually banned, but 5 to 4 or 4 to 3 is not. It's going up formations is banned. So I was kind of surprised, and I was told, but I found out in mid-game he'd gone after 2-1, he'd gone 5 at the back. So I'm thinking, oh my god, what's going on here? But then I made it 2-2 after he went to 5 at the back. Now in my mindset, I was thinking, oh, for fuck's sake, I can't go 5 at the back because it's banned. Because I've been playing G20 tournaments for like 3 years now, and that's now been banned. It's been banned. I think they may have unbanned it, but for 2 of those years, it was 100% banned. You couldn't go from 4 to 5, especially at LAN events. You could never do it because it was seen as like FIFA was always giving that thing as people played very defensive and making people go forward at the back after taking the lead. It kind of shook the world. Like you couldn't just grind out a shitty result anymore. You had to play your formation or play more defensive formation, not go 5 at the back and just park your bus. And so he did that, and I made it 2-2. Then he went, as he was sent at 5 at the back, he took the lead because I was playing for Laurent Blanc randomly. I think it was Blanc or someone ran forward, and I conceded, and it made it 3-2 to him, and he hung on for the victory. And I did unfortunately exit the first round of bracket play after that amazing group play. I expected myself to go through against Marlon, but like I said, no disrespect to him. He's obviously an amazing player because he made it through to Berlin now. Because if I'd beat him, I would have gone through to Berlin myself. And I was thinking, oh my god, I got dropped down into the losers bracket run. So I had to make an amazing run, and it all started here. I mean, what happened next after this was just crazy. I matched against Dax because Dax had then been beat by Razia, and it was me who beat PSG Aga before. I had the chance to eliminate PSG's second player, the young Dax. I'm pretty sure he's 16 years old, and what went down was absolutely amazing. It was absolutely crazy. Now it was time to continue this amazing run. I'd been knocked down to the losers bracket by Marlon, and I matched against PSG Dax. Like I said, I had the chance to eliminate both players. Now, he had majority of the support behind him. This young French lad who's been amazing. It was amazing in all of FIFA 16. I had the chance to see what I could prove myself against the best. I was going in thinking, you know what, imagine if I do this. Imagine if I come out and pull out a win and knock both players out. Now, the game was very tight. He had one amazing chance early on in the game, and I think 9 out of 10 he would have scored that. But there was so much pressure in this game that if we lost, one of us was out. So what happened was, it was a bit intense, back and forth, and then I countered him, and it was the same story. 5 back had worked. Suarez were from on goal. Suarez and Ronaldo, and I put it bottom corner, and I went 1-0 up. But no one knew I went 1-0 up because I didn't shout anything. I turned to my side and went do, like shooting, like spin to shoot a gun, like pow 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 pow, and I went 1-0 up. And they just went, oh, you could hear the French fans go, oh, like a gasp of air, thinking Dax is going to go out. And I held out, and I was like, I've done it. And then I'm sure it was Spencer Owen, or one of them said he's the PSG killer. So that made me laugh. And as I was speaking to Chubai after it, he said, I don't think I'll be welcome in Paris or Paris Saint-Germain Stadium anymore after after what happened after knocking out both their players. So if PSG, if you don't want me knocking out any more of your players, my contact details are on my Twitter or my YouTube channel. Make sure to get in touch. But yeah, joking aside, I did in fact go ahead and beat Dax and not both of those PSG players. That's absolutely amazing run. I knocked out 2 of the favourites. I beat both of the favourites to go ahead and win it. It was absolutely amazing what I'd done. Now the next game in the bracket play was a rematch of our first Group B match. It was me versus Vitality Rocky, and Rocky just stepped up his game. He turned his style on a win. Within the first 25 minutes, I was confident. Don't get me wrong, I was confident. I picked a draw up against him, and in the first 25 minutes, he had me on lockdown. I think it was because I surprised him going far at the back. He had time to reassess. And I put it on Twitter, Rocky is a beast, but you have to tame that man, otherwise he will destroy you. Unfortunately, I couldn't tame the animal what was Rocky. He was an absolutely amazing player. But it was just one of those things where in the first 25 minutes, I could have been 5-0 down. He had that many chances. He took the lead a bit before defending. Surprised myself, really. I should have done better. 2-0 lack of frustration because I wasn't making anything. I did pull one late in the game, 85th minute, but then Rocky did what Rocky does best. He controls the game. He doesn't tactical time waste in the corner. He keeps it, but still creates chances where he knows these chances will win him games. His second goal was amazing. LTRT dribbling, baited me into it perfectly and made it 2-0. But I made it 2-1, like I said. But he hanged on for the win, and that eliminated me from the FUT Champs regionals. I mean, I had a good run. I had an amazing run. It's just one of those things where Rocky was just stepped up completely. Rocky played 20, 30 times that weekend. 20, 30 times. I'm trying to think. He was like a Super Saiyan. His power level rose as he was going through all the tournaments and playing better players. And he reached the final versus Tas, and Tas won the Xbox side. So congratulations to Tas. Tas is an amazing player. But then he also went and bagged himself an extra 10k. And there was a bit of controversy about it because people were saying he was time wasting. Now I'm going to put my opinion on it. That wasn't time wasting, that was tactical play. He played that amazing. You don't go 3-0 up in a leg, then score in the reverse leg on another console, get yourself in a away goal. So he was technically 5 goals up, and not do what he did, because the gas scored, then got a man sent off. Is it Cillian or something like that, the PS4 player from Schalke? He got him sent off. If he didn't get the gas sent off, he could have had a really good chance to bring it back. But Tas played it perfectly, played down the skills. People were saying he were doing skills down the wing to be disrespectful. It's not being disrespectful. It's more about showing he was 5-0 up like, at one point. He was a man who knew no bounds. He was absolutely crazy. He was the most dominant player you can get. So that's that's my little thing on it. I don't think it was time wasted. I don't think it was meant to be disrespectful. Tas went over and went to shake his hands, and the guy stormed off. So in my opinion, that guy was being a bit of a dickhead. But he stormed off. Tas went to shake his hand. I mean, he just won 30 grand. Got himself that nice little dining plate trophy, where he's probably going to get home and put some Maltesers or M&Ms on that plate and have a nice little munch midway through the game. So that's what I do. If I want a trophy like that, I stick it here on the bed. M&Ms, chicken legs, G Fuel, and just go and just smash it all down my throat. That's what I'd use that trophy for. But that's how I do it. Anyway. So guys, we are coming towards the end of this video. Now I'd like to I'd like to say thanks to every single person who supported me. My phone died at one point on the Saturday because I was getting that much support, like through tweets, messages on my YouTube channel. It was absolutely amazing. I never expected to get all groups, let alone be called the PSG killer. I'm pretty sure that was a Spencer Owen called it or something like that, one of the casters, to come out of my groups, pick up 2 draws and a win, then go and beat Dax. It was actually unbelievable. I bagged myself some decent money as well, so that all being reinvested into possibly to improve my YouTube channel, or probably go into some spending money on FIFA 18, or get myself a nice little trimmer, buy myself another trimmer and trim this little sexy beard. Actually, I could probably keep the beard because it gives me some good look at certain times. Yeah, people will say, well, you can't give you good look because you got beat. But yeah, might get rid of it or do something. But it was an amazing experience. I appreciate EA stepping up and showing that they do care about professional us. It was I don't think we've been treated as well at an event like that before. We've been G-Finity events. G-Finity do quite quality events, but EA had it on top, a level I've never seen before. I know they can improve at certain aspects, but what they did the weekend was amazing, and I like how they're striving towards a much better FIFA esports. I mean, teams are getting involved with it, so they have to really. Some of the times we've been playing FIFA for a good few years now, and we've been treated like shit. So it's good to see that EA are finally stepping up. But yeah, let's go back to the ending bit of the video. I appreciate the huge support I received. I never expected it. Tweets, YouTube comments, the stuff from the casters. I think I proved myself. I put all the tweets in. I think I've proved myself. I've changed that I can stand to the level of these professional players. If you ever follow me all the way back in FIFA 14, I was dominant. I used to win the majority. We were alongside me and Ty Walton and Tas. We won a lot of the G-Finity Cups, but I never qualified for an event. And I think I've just shown that it's not the last time you'll see Official Bullock or the Bullock, as some people like to say. But hopefully I can step up, show you in the next FIWC qualifications, because I did miss out on Madrid, which I was disappointed with. But hopefully I show you guys I can do it again. So make sure to stay along. Also, like, comment and subscribe. But yeah, to more of my content. But yeah, like I said, we are coming towards the end. So it has been your man with the plan, Official Bullock. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, even though I've just said that 2 minutes ago. Enjoy your week, and bye. Have a great time.